Thank you very much and welcome to our special platform with the company of Sainey Kanyi, a young football administrator in the Gambia. Sainey, it has been a while, but pleasure to speak to you again.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have a discussion with you. I want to thank the LBD Sports.
Thank you very much, Sainey. And many heard about you and would like to know what are the development in your camp ahead of, or hence you have announced your aspiration to be the future president of Gambia Football Federation.
Yes, I'm still going to university. I haven't completed my school. Um, I'm on that track. Building connections with the right people. I'm also, doing donations as well, as you've rightly saying. So I would say that things have been going well with me.
Yeah, you mentioned donations. We have seen in the past calendar year 2021 two donations made by Sainey Kanyi. First one was in Bakau and the second one was in Kitty. What is the objective?
Sukuda was the first, actually.
First, okay. Sukuda was first. So you mean you did three donations?
Yes, three key donations.
Three key donations.
Yes.
In a year from a young guy like you in sports. Wow. Why doing that?
Yes, I believe we have to inspire the future generation, in as much as we are for the engagements, but it's always important to inspire them. And, um, let's say one way of doing that is to, donate, because at the end of the day, they are the future. It's important to always have a good, um, let's say, grassroots development or base. Yeah.
Some will say maybe hence he announced that he aspiring to be future president of this federation or this country. That's why he's building the foundation to get the bilateral relation or the smooth relationship with stakeholders.
Yes. Well, for me, I believe that the total good of our country has to be considered. That is what I believe. It's not about me alone. It's about having the structures in place, so that whenever I leave office, there will be, let's say, um, um, continuity. That is the focus, to have a continuity, so that whenever I leave Gambian football, the people coming next will also do the same thing.
Some will doubt or will be saying there are people behind him. Is there any partnership? Do you have any other partnership with other people? Because some will say he's too young to run for presidency, even though it's in the future. But what is your reaction to those rumors?
Well, I believe that we are the future of our country.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't come out now, we will fail the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So that is not true. I'm doing this to ensure that I change Gambian football.
Kanyi and his team, if elected or given the chance to run Gambian football, you're gonna develop it.
Yes.
By how?
Well, we'll work together as a team. I want to have an all-inclusive Gambia Football Federation. We can have divergent views, but the most important thing is, to have the interest of the country. That is what I believe. We will develop Gambian football, to the highest level, beyond corruption, nepotism, and total good of our country.
Some say corruption will be hardly be eradicated in sports and nepotism. How are your team going to manage and deal with that out of your system?
Well, we'll have a team that is trustworthy. We'll also have an external board that will, look into our financial dealings. That is one way of, wiping out corruption in our sports.
And nepotism, because people say you cannot employ someone whom you don't know. You must bring in someone whom you know.
True, but that guy or that, person has to be a guy of passion, integrity, and knowledge.
And knows the game too.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sainey. Still on this special platform or special interview. Like Currently, Gambia have qualified for the first time in the African Cup of Nations, and we have had the current president saying it is a collective achievement. But when it goes in the other way around, I will take responsibilities.
Well, just as I said earlier, the interest of the country stands out. That is what I believe. That is what I believe. Fine, credit can come to me or him, but I believe the most important thing is to have uh, the interest of the people. That has to be at heart.
Congress is just few months to come. That is GFF, and will see any contest for this one or
No, no. I'm
why?
still going to university. I'm a student. I have a degree to complete or finish. So let us see, you know, um, what exactly the future holds for
Then
me.
one can assume 2026 or 2020, 2030.
Well, I cannot confirm that, but the most important thing is to have networking and also connections with the right stakeholders.
What is the development in your project? Because to contest for GFF presidency, you must be part of a club.
Yes.
Right now, which club is seen associated or
Uh, well, currently I'm working
affiliate?
with Steve Biko Football Club.
Steve Biko
Yes, Steve
in the
Biko
first
Football Club.
division, the Bakau Base Club.
Exactly.
Okay, currently.
Yes, currently.
All right. Now, like as I said, Congress is just at the corner.
Yes.
As a young football administrator, is our football going to the right direction, or will you be anticipating for a change, or what's your take on that?
Well, qualifying alone has, um, shown that things are quite, going well. But there's a lot we have to do as a people. You look at the issue of the parks, capacity building, the national league. There's a lot more. But I would say that, we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. Fine, we've qualified, but we should be doing better at this point.
What are the other things that do you think we should be doing better, rather than just only relying on qualifying for the African Cup of Nations for the first time?
Well, I believe the base has to be there. That is um, um, grassroots football. That has to be the um, concentration, and also the national league. We do not still have a sponsor. That is a worry for me.
So a team cannot be professional without being sponsored.
Um, Not the teams alone. The national league
The
as a
league,
whole.
rather, yeah.
Yes.
So for you as a GFF aspirant, you will first look into sponsors or to market the league.
Well, what I will do um, um, first is to unite the football family. We have to come together as a whole. We might have divergent views, just as I said earlier, but we have to unite, as one. We also have to invite the private,
Sectors.
yes, we have to do that as a people. We also have to ensure that we have these former players, to serve in various committees because they are also important people in our football.
You mentioned former players, and it's very hard to see former players of the national team working with federations in this country, especially this particular one. Recently on social media, we have seen Didier Drogba training with Ivory Coast players, and Samuel Eto'o being elected as the president of Cameroonian Football Association.
Well, I believe they should be on board because they've seen it all. They've seen it all. Fine, you can have disagreements with them, but you have them in these committees. Let's say the national team committee, they could be traveling with the national team, motivating the boys. That will also be very, very important.
So for in the future, Gambia will need a former player as president of the federation, or they will need a former player as the head coach.
Well, we can have it both ways.
Okay.
Yes, but we should always, have them on board. I believe it's always important to have them on board.
All right, thank you very much, Seni. But it's still, like the African Cup of Nations, Gambia first time playing, they won 1-0 against Mauritania, and tomorrow they will be in action, which will be against Mali. Your opinion on the Scorpions' debut in the African Cup of Nations?
Well, I think it was quite a joyous moment for every one of us. Um, uh, you know, um, qualifying alone means a lot because they were those who started this journey, and they couldn't be here to see that. But credit has to go to them as well. It's a joyous moment for us. Let's go there and have fun. I think that's the most important thing. We just go there and have fun and have, whatever we have, we um, um, see it as a way of you know developing our football.
First game is won, and appearing in the competition alone is something else. As you said, money will be given. Likewise, winning your first game or winning any game, there is also money attached to it. As a young administrator, how much do you think Gambia will pocket for just appearing and also winning their first game?
Well, based on the things I hear, CAF has given us preparatory money, but I don't know why the federation has decided not to, um, you know, disclose that amount. But let's say once the Cup of Nations is over, let us develop grassroots football. Let us do that. We need to have a proper plan. Let's say a 10-year development plan. You know, whereby let's say 2032 World Cup, the Gambia will be there, or even the 2026 World Cup.
So, in your point of view, grassroots football is still not developed, or is still there are so many challenges in it.
Yes, I think this is why we are not qualifying to the under 17. This is why we are not qualifying. Fine, the last time you qualified was in 2011. Since then, the Gambia has struggled to make it.
All right, coming to your plans or aspiration to be the future president of this country in football, the GFF football rather. Like, what are the other issues that you are planning to do if being chosen as, if elected rather in office, like grassroots football? Is many said it is the foundation. Coaches will cry, help us to support the grassroots football, and even players will cry. What are some of the issues that you think, if you are selected, you will put them in place and it will help our grassroots football?
I think it's too early to talk about the plans, but I will just give a brief,
Okay.
um, let's say, comprehension to what I'm about to say. Now, right now we are at the goal project in Yundum.
Yes.
We can use this place to develop talent. This is what Mauritania and other countries are doing. They are tapping from these things. They have hotels. They have, they have. This is called a center of development. Whereby you need to have a plan. Let's say next 2 to 3 years, the Gambia will plan to qualify, um, you know, for a youth competition. And this is the right place to do that. Yes.
Like infrastructure when it comes to football complex or football complex, as I said, is very lacking in our country here, and many are pointing finger that the federation should step down for failing in the six parks renovation projects.
Well, I think stakeholders have a role to play in this. They have a role to play in this. Fine.
Why are you blaming the stakeholders?
Well, I'm not blaming them, but I
Okay.
believe they have a role to play in ensuring that we have a better football system in this country.
By how?
Well, since you put in an since you put in a person, you are required to hold that person transparent or accountable.
So meaning some of these administrators are not holding their leaders accountable, or
Yes, that is what I believe.
and it is hampering, is delaying the development of our grassroots game.
Look, it's always important we consider our future. It's not about me. It's about the players.
All right, thank you very much, Sainey, for speaking to us again on LBD Sports. Like some of your final messages to stakeholders, as you said, they have a role to play in bringing or helping us to develop the game. Congress is just at the corner, as I said. What's your message to them?
Well, we have to come together, work as a team, put um, personal interests aside, and work as a team, because we're heading into Congress this year. It's a crucial year for Gambian football. We just hope that the right candidate wins.
The right candidate. What do you mean by the right candidate? Candidate who will develop our game or structure our football professionally, develop grassroots football, or
that will develop grassroots football, but with the focus of having sponsors for our league, grassroots football, developing and also the right structures. And this has to be the focus. That is what I believe.
some stakeholders or football administrators are easily bribed. That rumor is going. Some are bribed when there is Congress. They don't vote for the guy who will or who qualify in that position, but just go and vote for, like, he have given me envelope or I have known him.
I believe this has to be based on ideas. That is my belief.
They should be voting in for someone who is with good ideas of developing the game,
exactly,
rather than going in for someone whom you know personally.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Sainey, and it's a pleasure speaking to you again on LBD Sports.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. I want to thank Lamin. He's also doing well, and I wish him all the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.